My article today looks into panic buying in the Oxfordshire property market. Would it surprise you that there are 20% fewer properties for sale today in Oxfordshire than 10 years ago? Property values are much higher than then, and the property market at the moment in Oxfordshire is on fire. In all my time as an agent, I have never seen it like it is at the moment, and many people are saying it's reminiscent of 1988 when relief was abolished by Nigel Lawson, as people are paying top dollar for property because they are buying like there is literally no tomorrow. 47% of properties on the market in Oxfordshire are sold. And in a normal property market, that figure will be between 30 to 40%. There is no rhyme or reason behind it because it's not as if we're going to run out of property. Unlike last year when everybody was panicking for buying toilet roll in the supermarkets. It's nothing like that. With such a buoyant Oxfordshire property market, being adept to state what your Oxford property is worth is exceptionally problematic. This is further exacerbated by the lower than average properties on the market at the moment. To give you an idea of the issue, there are 938 properties for sale in Oxfordshire today compared to nearly 1,200 a decade ago. When there aren't many properties on the market, to gain your instruction, some estate agents will value your Oxford property by giving you an overinflated suggestion for the asking price. Why do they do that when the considered wisdom of estate agents is only to get paid once they sell it? Well, would it surprise you that many, not all, estate agents actually pay their employees a bonus just to put your property on the market? Then they pay a further bonus when they actually get you to reduce the asking price. Some estate agents know the fastest way to get your property to market is to be optimistic on the asking price to secure your property for the sale. Then work on you to reduce your asking price after it's been sitting on the market for a few months. You might think there's nothing wrong with that. I want to get the absolute most from Oxfordshire home. And it is indeed the job of the estate agent to get you the best price for the client. If I believe it's worth testing the market at a slightly higher asking price, then myself, I actually would suggest that. Yet I will always explain my thinking, and if we have overcooked the asking price, we can swiftly realign it after a couple of weeks. Yet because many estate agents are disposed to suggest overinflated asking prices to the house seller just to secure their business, but not manage the property for months and months, this in turn causes Oxfordshire properties to sit on the market and not actually sell. In the best property market for 20 years, 20% of properties for sale in Oxfordshire have been on the market for 6 months or more. Overvaluing is widespread amongst Oxfordshire estate agents, and it's so sad to see. Most Oxfordshire homeowners will ask 3 or 4 estate agents to value their home and then take the middle figure when they want to sell. Yet if all or most of your estate agents are over optimistic and they give you the special price to secure your instruction to sell your home, then that middle figure will be too much. Most agents know that they don't win the business securing the listing if they tell the homeowner what they don't want to hear. And that's a sad part of this industry. So what is the risk of overvaluing? There is a potential, and this is my biggest fear, and massive cost to putting your Oxfordshire home on the market at too high an asking price. Your estate agent will tell you that your home is worth a certain figure, and then they will lock you into a 16-week sole agency agreement, and sometimes longer, which you cannot get out of early. If you're getting around maybe 2 or 3 viewings a week and the pictures and marketing material are half decent, then your pricing is about right. Meaning in this market, you should be sold subject to contract within 4 to 8 weeks. Yet if your home has an over-optimistic asking price, you might only have had a handful of viewings in a month and no offers. As the weeks and months go by, your overpriced Oxfordshire home makes similar homes to yours look really good value for money. That's when you will get the price reduction call from the agent. How many times have you seen a property that has been on the market a while and you have wondered, what's wrong with it? Is there something inside? Is it the price? Also, to add insult to injury, the portals tell you how long a property has actually been on the market, adding extra weight to that argument. The longer your property sits on the market, the desirability of your Oxfordshire home massively drops. You will end up, of course, selling your home, but only after a handful of price reductions. Yet at what cost? Firstly, in those lost months, you would have missed out on many properties that you, as the seller and the buyer of a new home, fell in love with. Yet you couldn't buy it because your home was languishing on the market with no interest. This is backed up by a consumer champion who said that if you reduce your asking price by 5%, it adds an extra 64 days to the sales process. Secondly, you will end up selling your Oxfordshire property for less than if you had placed the property on the market at a more realistic asking price from day one, again backed up by which. This is because buyers think there is something wrong with it. So as the homeowner gets fed up, they accept a lower offer just to get their property sold. Finally, because you take less for your property, your choice of the next property to buy will also be curtailed, meaning your dream move and your dream home might be more of a nightmare. The best advice I can give you is to search the portals. Make sure you look at properties that are also sold subject to contract, which can normally be found by clicking on the filter section on the portals. Then ask a couple of straight talking trusted friends to do the same and compare your property to the competition that is both on the market and sold subject to contract. Compare both locations, the number and size of the rooms, the size of the plot, and ask them where they see your property against those. Carry out the same exercise yourself. Of course, you're going to be slightly biased, and take an average number from all of those figures and ask a number of agents to value your property. And if you feel any are being overly optimistic, challenge how they got that figure and get them to qualify their belief in that figure. Is their valuation realistically achievable in the market at that time? And as we all know, markets change and property prices go up and down. And ultimately, property is only worth what somebody is actually willing to pay for it. And this all requires careful consideration. I can assure you, most of the estate agents in Oxfordshire are decent people who want to do the best for you. All I ask is you do your homework and look at the sale of your Oxfordshire property through the eyes of a cold-blooded buyer. I hope this helps. This is Damion from Fine & Country. Thank you very much.